What's happening, people? Woodsy Workout, back in the gym, back with another video, and today we're talking sleds. How to train for them if you don't have access to sleds, and also some exercises that can supplement your sled push and pull. So I have seen some very creative recreations of the sleds. Things like pushing your car, pushing a chest of drawers across your carpet. All great and props to you. Whatever works. But today I'll go over some exercises you can do in the gym and kind of break down what the sleds are working and then how you can focus in on that. So firstly, with the sled push, the muscles that are being used are predominantly your quads, your calves, and then some bracing and stabilizing of your core and midline, as well as bringing your heart rate up. And that's quite key here, is that you can do a lot of strengthening of your legs, but you also need to be able to function under a high heart rate. So the first exercise I'd recommend is a Bulgarian split squat. Now, some slight alterations. If you take a look at this sled technique, you'll notice you don't actually go through a deep knee bend. It's normally sort of about max 90 degrees, and then you're stepping and extending each time. So if you really want to mimic the sled through an exercise like this, I would go for partial range of motion and high reps. So you're pumping it out here, drive, extend, 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 and that's going to get a real burn in the quads, very similar to the sled push. You can also add weight, and I like to do this in front of the body with like a sandbag, like so, because it's going to mimic the bracing position that you do have when you're locked into that sled. So here, pumping that out, and you'll know about it pretty quick. Same thing applies for like a leg press. You can do it by going high rep leg press, partial range of motion, so no full lockout and no deep bend. You're just keeping it in that mid-range, pump it out. You can put a lot of weight on here, and again, going high rep, build it up. Almost do time it rather than the number of reps. Something like, well, with the sled push, it's going to be anywhere from 2 minutes if you're sort of rapid to 5 or 6 minutes. So maybe like a 3 minute on, and then you can drop the weight, do another 3 minutes, will be really beneficial. The other thing we need to address then is the calves. So working on single leg calf raises or double leg calf raises is great, really coming up into the balls of your feet. Also, one that I've been testing, which I really like, is a more dynamic calf raise. I come into a bent knee position, which again, mimicking the knee angle of the sled, and then I'm marching in between, and you'll find after a while you can pump up. It starts to burn calves and the quads, and then you can also add load to this with like a safety squat bar. You can do it with a normal bar as well, but the safety squat bar allows you to take the balance out of it, so you can really just pump out and build up. This is much like marching up a hill, or like if you was on a vertical climber. Which brings me on to the next exercises that I like to use to supplement the sled push is adding in the high heart rate element. And this can be done on cardio machines. I like the dead mill, so this is like a treadmill turned off. It mimics the sled push very well, and you can actually build up a bit of momentum, bring the heart rate up. Hill climbs, running up hills is great. It again jacks the heart rate up, and you're getting it in those similar positions, quads, calves, and then like a Versa climber or step master, equally really good to do some more long duration stuff, but still work in those same muscle groups. As for the sled pull, a lot of the same principles apply. We are working our quads and our calves, and we're getting a heart rate up. The biggest difference is we're adding in grip strength, as well as some lats activation, pulling with your lats, squeezing with your biceps, and also some hip extension. So with the technique that I use, I'm getting from a low outstretched position where my hip is closed down, and then I'm pulling back, driving back. So a lot of posterior chain development really helps. So things like a 45-degree back extension or horizontal back extension, great moves. When we're stepping back, we're using our VMO, so this is a muscle in the quad that extends your leg, that end range of motion, and this can be strengthened by doing step downs or Poliquin step ups with the heel elevated, and that's also really good for keeping the knee tracking in line. So I like to include that in my programs because it's not only helping with like a sled pull, but it's also strengthening you if you're running, lunging, all of that great stuff. As for trying to mimic the sled pull itself, this is a great one that I found. Put a rope onto a cable tower, attach it to the bottom, grab the rope in the position that you normally would pull in, and then walk it back, walk it forward, walk it back, walk it forward. This is going to really get you like a sled drag, so that position through the quads, and then equally you can hold that position, pull in, control it back, pull in, control it back. That eccentric, even though you're not doing that in the competition, is going to be strengthening the biceps and the lats as well. So those are the exercises that I use to supplement or replace the sled push and pull. If you have a go at these, please let me know how you get on. If they were useful, just drop a comment. And if you're looking to find out how to incorporate those into a program, a well-balanced program for Hyrox, I do online programming. Just hit me up on Instagram @WoodseyWorkout, where you can find a lot more useful tips and tricks on all things health and fitness. We also do in-person coaching, Hyrox classes at Coactive Health in South Bucks. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.